Hey guys, this is Raquel with Sophia James Education, and today I want to tell you guys about books. So, books shapes our lives. This was the first story I ever heard, which is The Little Red Hen, and this is an old copy of it that I found it at a thrift store. When I was growing up, my dad used to tell us the story of the Little Red Hen often. And my dad, being a great storyteller, he usually moved the Little Red Hen through different scenarios. Like one time she worked as a seamstress, and she got caught by the wolf. And she had to find a clever way to get out. But I didn't have a book in my hands to listen to the story. So I had to visualize the story. I had to think about it and created this beautiful, amazing picture in my head. This story really shaped my life, my values as far as working hard. If there was a job that needed to get done, of course, I was always willing to help because I knew the importance of hard work. And I knew through the story that if I worked really hard, something was going to happen to me at the end. So The Little Red Hen was one of the first stories I ever heard from my dad. My dad was a storyteller, is a storyteller. He loves telling stories. But as I grew up, when I was about 5, my dad gave me my first book, and I have the book in my library, and I cannot find it to show you guys. And it is a Brazilian book. It's called A Menina e o Pássaro Encantado, which means the girl and the magical bird. And this bird goes on many adventures, and every time he comes back, he brings the girl a present from the places he has been. So he went to a warm place like the desert, so he brought like bright red feathers with him. Then he went to somewhere that was cold, so he brought like the white feathers of snow for the girl. But one day, the girl was sad every time the bird went away, so she decided to cage the bird. And as she caged the bird stopped singing and stopped telling her the stories of the places he had been. And at one point, she decides to let the bird go. And the bird does come back. And she learns that if she loves something, she needs to let it go. And if it comes back to her, that means that it loves her. So she learns that love means freedom. So that's a really good story. And these stories shaped who I was. And later on, I got these books, which are from Monteiro Lobato. And it's called Reinações de Narizinho, and it's about this little girl. And again, she goes on amazing adventures. In her imagination, her doll comes to life, and she meets these fishes, and all the animals talk, and it's all part of storytelling. And growing up, reading was my world. So my point is, reading shapes lives. And now as a mom and as a teacher, I try to inspire kids through reading. For example, this one is a new one. It's called The Dot, which is about a little girl who paints something like a dot, and her teacher values that dot so much that she's like, she loved that dot, but I can do so much better. And she keeps on trying, and she starts to believe in herself because her teacher believed in her. So there's so many great books out there. We have so many authors that dedicate their lives to writing, and they have so many great materials. So in the next upcoming weeks, I will be sharing with you guys different books that I read to my own kids at home, books that I have read to my students at school, books that are good and positive influence in life. So all I wanted to tell you today was that there is a book for that. If you're trying to teach your kids how to be respectful, if you want to teach your kids to believe in themselves, if you want to try to teach your kids how to respect themselves, there is a book for that. So make sure that you check out your local library and check out the many different great books that are out there. And I will be posting these on Instagram for you, hopefully on a daily basis with a new book. Some of the books I own in my own library. I have a huge library at home, but I also visit my local library often. So in the upcoming days, you guys will be seeing some book recommendations. A book can change a person's life. A book can open the doors for creativity, for imagination, and a book can change the world. Because when you can read, when you can actually comprehend what you read, you will make a difference in the world. So don't underestimate the power of reading to a child, even when they can't understand you. Don't give up. Keep on reading. And I'll be sharing great books with you guys in the upcoming weeks. I hope you guys enjoy it. And this is the series, There is a Book for That. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a great one. Bye.